I'm Dr. Mikhail Varshavsky, better known as Dr. Mike across social media. I'm a board-certified family medicine physician who makes content online improving health literacy. And today, I'm surrounded by 20 vaccine skeptics. My first claim is that anti-vaccine lies cost lives.
This is an anatomy textbook I got from an online source. First thing I'm going to do is attempt to verify some of this information. One, yeah, it's a photograph and not a drawing or obvious computer composite. Two, the subject is recognizable. Three, the subject is arguably average. Therefore, this at a minimum is a photograph of the chest of a male human. Verification of medical material starts with stuff like that. That shows what might actually be a new type of correct medicine. The medicine is correct if you start with sources that can be verified by common sense. Correct medicine, I'm sorry, starts with notions like the head is vertically above the belly button. The best public vaccine argument is this one. Those who are not associated with survival do not have a valid argument. It's simple. Those who are not surviving and those who are sickly and those who are next to those who are sickly simply do not have a valid survival argument. Yes, this means that those who work in a hospital are not about survival. They're about dealing with people who are dying. I didn't say that it's wrong. I just said they don't have a valid survival argument. Because their job is not to help people survive. Their job is to help people die slower. Because in the end, that's all medicine can do for a person who doesn't understand that he's dying. We will not discuss .wad files from this point on at the request of id Software. If we actually recreate Doom, it's going to be, a new game of Doom. There are reasons to not see that crap again. Because there was a problem with it. Yeah, it's called pixelation. Nobody wants to see it again. Seriously. Regarding modern emulation of the game Doom, there are 3 parts of the original game Doom. A fourth part if you use a type of analysis and inclusion. Part 1 is a file doom.exe. That file is useless for reasons I'm going to get into a little bit. The second file is doom.wad. Proper use of that file requires either a super AI analysis, which we're not going to do for a while, please, or whatever internal documentation of id Software might be available for understanding the format of WAD files. The fourth type of documentation would be the collective of YouTube videos that exist of plays of the game Doom. In correct hands, of course, the last one is very usable for recreating the game Doom with various levels of intelligence. Ranging from what ended up being awfully. Now that I think about it, ranging from I'm considering a playback of the game Doom to be Doom, which of course it is, to analyzing the what is actually in those playbacks and using computer simulation and modern game development to attempt to recreate it. That of course can be done in a large number of ways, and it is. Today is called game development. Here's why the original Doom.exe file is useless. You need to have a way of verifying that it's the original data. So it's basically this. There is no information to suggest that anybody in the original Doom development team actually understood 8386 programming and machine instructions. However, it's not possible to make a game like Doom without knowing that. It's also going to be argued, frankly, that due to the performance requirements of the game, it's very possible that what the game actually does is flashes the 8386 with the different things. Actually, what it does is it possibly uses whatever secret is necessary to convert the thing back into like 520 8088s like the thing originally was. That way, actually achieves the performance required to actually get it done. So that would mean that the original Doom team probably had nothing to do with developing the game other than that they designed it. So therefore, who actually programmed the original Doom? No one knows. That can't be known. Yeah, those people are some of the most secretive people ever to exist. That is enough to say that actually taking exe file data and thinking that you're going to emulate that, nah, I don't think so. In any case, the thing is, if you're going to use AI analysis or like a please analysis of the video footage, yeah, right, that's doing some stupid thing. Yeah, like with Interrupt 5. Which accomplishes absolutely nothing today. Now I'm going to talk about two possible stupid. Actually, two and a half of them. Here's the first one. Basically, rediscovering a method to create the original Doom engine on derelict computer. Okay, here's what that is equivalent to. Okay, let's make one. Let's make another one of these. By going to simultaneously tie one hand behind my back so I won't using one hand. And let's also power it with a SpongeBob SquarePants joystick, please. See, that is possible, but not wise. Yeah, see, I can possibly put a sock on a SpongeBob SquarePants joystick and call that re-implementation, but Isn't a problem? See, I joke about NES Doom because here's the thing: is today, if I wanted to make NES Doom, I could do that in a couple hours. Today, a very short demo of NES Doom or field version of it could be made. I could actually probably make that in a couple hours using my tools. That wouldn't be wise back in the days when it actually was just a joke. Because the truth is, no one back in the 90s attempted to do anything on the NES. To tell you the truth, nobody attempted to do anything on the NES. The development for the actual NES was slow, painful, and tedious. I think as soon as more advanced things came out, such as the PlayStation, nobody ever made an actual original NES game again. Seriously. Yeah, I guarantee you that Super Bet Puncher was not programmed by a person who claimed to be made it. Not all he did was design it. I'm pretty sure. Here's the second stupidity failing. Yeah, no, I was saying the first one. I would say that. I can't do anything else. Yeah, I remember it was flesh within sentence. I'm going to show an example of actual, NES development. It actually looked like this. Let's do a part of the score stuff for Mario. This will please stop. I'll come back after I've done this without one hand. Okay, there. Now, here, the 8 and 16 bits are set. So I'm going to do 8 plus 16, so that one's 24. Yeah, this is going to be whatever. 4 plus 8, that's 12. Plus 16, that is, yeah, 28. Plus 32. That is, okay, 60. This is, yeah, 6 plus something. Literally. Yeah, only the Japanese will do that for 200 games and not develop. Yeah, shortcuts. Here is an appropriate first question in developing actual intelligent systems. It is this. Please identify the apple. Yeah, of course, people actually want to make these systems see the wisdom in a question like this. That, of course, is complicated. This one is not. Please identify the location of the red. Yeah, give me an XY or a pixel containing red. I can't understand why there seem to be no American firms which are willing to approach this problem in this way. This is what you need to, be man enough to deal with if we're actually going to start developing computer intelligence systems that actually are able to think and actually writing the algorithm and stuff like that. Sorry, it starts here. Okay, now identify the APPLE, and finally identify the number 3. The last one, of course, is a genuine programming, situation when the data is supplied in various specific ways, and using the concept of symbolism. This now makes even the first question trivial depending on the input data. I need to add this. We're seeing more attacks of malware. Microsoft is going to run into serious trouble if they don't stop this bullshit. I just say that's a warning. They need to stop and comply with everybody else, or they're going to be evicted from their building for non-payment. Here at RioN, we've also designed the world's first actual AI CPU. We've leaked some disclosures of how it would work. It's going to have 2 modes. We're still experimenting with actual applications with it. But those 2 modes are, structured mathematics mode and an actual mode which is optimized for certain types of human cognition, artificial intelligence. The second mode has a very fast compare, a very fast array compare. Yeah, that can solve the previous problem in an instant. This new design has 4 instructions. They are evaluate with an optional condition. This will please stop there when I hear the AI into instructions. Which are thinking, yes. No current RioN design precludes. I have to stop there. That's a problem with what every single disclosure on AI is. Sorry. Yeah, our system sits on top of any existing system. We're not going to require anybody to do anything crazy or install anything. That's not who we are or what we represent.